hated you.
Back to more of the Tony Tone Show on Muscatine's Vintage Sound 93.1.
All right, it is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock at Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. Tony Tone. The weekend is almost here. Just a day away, technically. And on Saturday, I encourage all of you, if you're looking for something to do or you want to help out a great cause, stop by Discovery Park. The Carnival of Hope is going on. And Misty, who has been working tirelessly, she was up till 2 a.m. working on this, right? As a matter of fact.
Yes.
Talk right into that microphone, friend. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Welcome. So, Carnival of Hope, it's finally here on Saturday. Starts at noon.
Noon
But
to
for
5.
But for you, it's going to start at 7 a.m.
Correct. For all of us, yes.
So before we talk about the event, I guess, let's talk about Devin. So Devin Martz is 10 years old.
Correct.
And just fill us in on what happened, because I didn't realize how recent everything had been.
Yep, and about the middle of June, he had been complaining about some pain in his leg.
Mm-hmm.
His mom had made a doctor's appointment, and it became worse. They went to urgent care, followed up with their doctor, had an MRI, and right away pulled back in and was told that he was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, and they've been running since. And as of last night, he went in, yesterday, for his second cycle of chemo.
Mm-hmm.
They're hoping that they have the meds better off this time so he can feel a little better. And his amputation is scheduled for early September.
Okay.
And then they're really hoping he can at least make it to the first day of school, and then he'll start chemo again the next day.
Holy moly, this kid is going through a lot. So again, he's 10, and he's going to lose a right or left leg?
I believe it's his right leg.
Okay.
I could be wrong there.
And then is he going to get a prosthetic?
He's doing a rotation plasty, which is a really cool procedure for what it is. Essentially, the top portion of his leg will be amputated, and the bottom portion will be reattached backwards at 180 degrees. So his knee joint will now become part of his hip joint, and his ankle will become a new acting knee.
Whoa.
So it allows children to stay more active when they get a prosthetic. They have more flexibility, they can bend a lot more natural.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
For what it is, it's a cool procedure. So.
Yeah. I mean, as unfortunate as it is, at least they know what they're doing. And wow, I didn't even know that was an option. So you've been friends with Devin's mom for
over 20 years.
Ever, right?
Mm-hmm,
yeah. So it sucks when stuff like this happens. I don't know how else to describe it, but did you immediately think like we need to do something, or what? Like, did it just like flip a switch, like we should do something, or was it a conversation with Betsy, who's also involved, or what?
It was right away. We just all were stunned that it was going on, but I had messaged Lindsay's sister, Nikki Burke, and had said, can we do a yard sale to raise money? And it was yes. So we started getting donations for that. And then Betsy and I typically have breakfast on Tuesday mornings. And I said, I feel like we should do like a carnival to make it very kid friendly, less about the adults, more about children. And she said, that's amazing. We started going to every park in town, seeing what would accommodate us. And we started on a Tuesday, about a week after we heard from Lindsay.
Wow.
We started on a Tuesday, and by the following Wednesday, we had all our sponsors, everything, all of our plans completely made. We just hit the ground running and haven't stopped.
And here it is. It's just crazy that it's Saturday already. So starting at noon, what can people expect? Because obviously we want everybody to show up. And it is a carnival, right? So just run through what's going to be going on. Okay. Because a lot of benefits will happen at I've been to so many different ones, and you have too, but I have to say a carnival style benefit I've never experienced.
Yeah. Well, Ashley Raymer Lovelace at the Event Loft has been a huge help to us. she has made sure anything that we wanted, she helped us find.
Cool.
She stayed within a budget that we wanted. So we have dry bouncy houses and a wet water slide bouncy house that some of the Carver family donated for us. We have a dunk tank that Nathan Davis from Mississippi Valley is sponsoring, and we will have Officer Whitney Pina to dunk along with some other individuals from the community. Mike Channing is going to be one. We will have football toss, essentially anything that you could find at a carnival. We're going to have prizes for the kids besides rides.
Right.
And we're going to have Steve Meyer from Maid-Rite donated a lot of Maid-Rite meat and the buns and stuff. So we'll have actual Maid-Rites for sale.
Nice.
Little Caesars pizza and Oscar Mayer hot dogs. The pizza, Fontel Roads at Exit Realty really helped us out.
Awesome.
We've just, essentially what we did is we Facebooked about 15 people that we knew that own companies, little businesses in town. And we said, hey, we want to help you while you're helping us. And we'll put up your sponsorship, your logo, as well as donating to this so that we can raise money for the family. And we did not have to go door to door. We said we don't want to seem invasive by any means.
Right.
You want to say no, we understand. People get hit up all the time. And as I had said, by the next week we had a cost sheet from the loft and the event loft, and we just, everyone was, the Hoops family, I mean, just people, Jeremy Drake. We didn't even think about things like buying ice. And with Han Ready Mix, he was like, well, just go take ice from my plant.
That's awesome.
So we've had a lot of people that, and it's all been friends that were, we've known for years, or we use their businesses, and we wanted to help the community as well as helping the Martz family.
No, I think it's great. So is it going to be a thing where show up at noon and you can buy tickets to do different?
Yes. So up until Saturday at noon, we have wristbands available for $20.
Okay.
And that's unlimited games for the kids. And as well as one time through, we'll have a selfie station.
Sweet.
Which is kind of like one of the picture boxes with the fun stuff, as well as the, what is that thing called? The dunk tank, sorry.
The dunk tank, yes.
And then Miss Kelty, Linda Kelty, is was one of my art teachers, and she's going to be doing face painting, and that'll be included in the wristband.
Wow.
And that does not include any food. Once the event starts, they're going to be for sale for $25, or you can buy $1 tickets.
Nice.
Just to do a couple games as you need.
Sure.
The food all is going to be anywhere from $2 lower. We'll have cotton candy, snow cones. So even if you don't have kids, you can come out, have lunch or supper, for pretty cheap compared to.
Yeah, well, and it's all helping out a good cause. So it's noon to 5 Saturday, right?
Correct.
Okay. So if you, again, and if maybe you just find yourself driving past Discovery Park and you're like, what is going on? Just go check it out.
Yeah.
Right? Worst case scenario, the parking lot there's overflow and you have to walk a little bit from whatever. I mean,
We definitely wanted it to be that the community was completely invited, that it wasn't just any one particular family and friends.
Sure.
We wanted to make sure that it was in an open area where people are driving by and thinking, what should I do with my kids this weekend? Right. Any of that. And a lot of stuff has been through social media versus walking around town. But even my 5-year-old we had a yard sale, and he was showing people outfits and telling them, do you want to buy a bracelet? And we were getting water for the benefit this weekend, and he was telling people about it, knows Devin's name and what's going on, and says, do you want to donate? So we have even our volunteers, we have Little Miss Muscatine kids coming out. Our own kids are volunteering from the ages of 5 up to 16, and there's just a lot of people that are coming together to help and have been sponsoring, and it's just been it's just when you see things where people are talking so bad about the community. Right. It's moments like this that make you realize we actually live in a great community, and everyone kind of rallies around each other. 100%.
It's going to be, I think Saturday's going to be a big success, the Carnival of Hope for the Martz family. So I have a 4-year-old and a 19-month-old, and Yes, supporting the event is first and foremost, but it also gives them something to do on a Saturday.
Yes, and we made
Right?
sure
That's
that
awesome.
our prizes
Yeah.
were also, we had some for the older kids as well as, I kept saying we need toddler.
Right.
So we made sure that
Sure.
we have a plethora of items so that no kids are being left out. We
That's
want to
good.
make sure. And then for there's free things too. We're going to have a clown there doing animal balloons, and that's free. We'll have some bag sets as well as yard Jenga for the adults that are completely free, so that
Cool.
there's stuff to do that's just not, just to have the community together, essentially, as well.
So is it, do you need anything at this point, or is it all kind of, you're good to go for Saturday?
We're pretty good.
Okay.
We realize that we don't have napkins or cups for the Laura Schroeder Portrait Studio sponsored the water and lemonade.
Cool.
That's all we're going to have available to drink. We're not doing alcohol or anything like
Sure,
that.
sure.
So that's the only thing that we realize.
So
that
cups
we're
and
missing.
napkins. So if anybody listening wants to donate cups or napkins or both, how should they get a hold of y'all? Just Facebook or what?
Misty
or?
Wetzel or Betsy Bierman on Facebook,
Okay.
or Misty Wetzel at Gmail. It's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward. So
Perfect. And then also on Facebook is the event page for the Carnival of Hope.
yes, and you for some reason the link isn't working right.
Right.
But if you go to the top search bar and type in Carnival of Hope for Devin Martz, it pops right on up. There's a lot of information on there, including we're going to have some really cool raffles. One of which was a mini scooter for kids donated
Wow.
by Pete's Tap. It was a huge donation.
Sweet.
Amazing. They actually contacted us.
Yeah.
Elena Lang with Bar, Spa, and Salon. She donated a year's worth of cut and color for women.
Cool.
And her whole crew donated stuff, and they're actually going to help volunteer. I mean, there's any Riverside golf course tickets, Iowa Hawkeye football tickets, and wrestling tickets. I mean,
That's great.
as well as a lot of stuff for men, women, and kids that there will be there for silent auction, raffle, etc.
So you definitely want to stop by Carnival of Hope between noon and 5 Saturday. I would get there probably like 12 to 3 range. Yeah, you never want to be late to things, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you have young kids, like getting them in and then they get exhausted and then they take a nap, and that works out
Perfect.
beautifully. It's a great cause. Devin, again, is 10 years old, going through a lot for a 10-year-old. I mean, you take it for granted. You know, I think back when I was 10, and, you know, this, I don't know how they're doing it, but they have good support from people like yourself. So
He has a lot of tenacity. He repeatedly tried doing a ollie on a skateboard till he could get it. He wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
He does bike ramps, dancing, etc. And it's so, for a very active kid, especially with the use of a leg,
Right.
he's doing amazing in it, and he's meeting so many other kids that
Sure.
you know are either going through the same thing, possibly even worse, and
Right.
so, and he's just smiling through it all, and it's great. I mean, it's awful, but
Right.
it's great that he has such a good attitude about it.
And that's important. Having a positive outlook will help so much with this, and having good support from family and friends in this event, the Carnival of Hope on Saturday. All we need is you to show up, and if somebody wants to donate the cups and napkins, good opportunity to do some good.
Yes,
Right?
awesome.
Please do. Carnival of Hope Saturday, Discovery Park, noon till 5. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony.
So stop by, bring your family, bring the kids, and support a great cause at the same time. That is what it's all about.
It's a little